What's good, nigga?
I'll erase you here.
What's going on, internet? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, after 24 hours, I finally cut off for air and sunlight because I finished Deus Ex Mankind Divided. After numerous hours of climbing through vents and Illuminaughty conspiracies, I thought I'd share my thoughts on what is probably one of my favorite games of the year. Plot is one of the strongest points in the game. Agent Jensen is back after numerous terrorist attacks have hit various cities across the world. These terrorists happen to be augmented, which in this world are humans who become cyborgs for whatever reason, i.e. Jensen. Normal humans already feared Augs and their abilities, but after these terrorist attacks, mankind becomes divided, hence the title of the game. This leads Agent Jensen on a wild goose chase across the Czech Republic, which is under martial law, trying to figure out who the culprit is, but it's not that simple. You're gonna come across themes of racism, fear, corporate espionage, and more, but to make matters worse, you have the Illuminaughty pulling the strings in the background for various reasons. If you don't rush through the main story, then you're gonna find nothing but engaging side missions. The city of Prague is full of life regardless of martial law, and because of that, you'll encounter numerous people who will ask you to do their bidding. Like, there was this one murder mystery that I had to solve, and it had a great plot twist, but I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, so instead I'll just discuss some of the positives from the gameplay. Choice is always welcome in my games. As a member of the Church of Commander Shepard, I always welcome choice. The choices you make in conversations shape the way the story plays out, but what's cool is Deus Ex takes the idea a little bit further. During certain key moments in the campaign, if you mess up, the story will keep rolling and reflect on it later. On the first mission, I was supposed to stop a helicopter of terrorists from escaping, but I failed, and I thought it was going to say I failed the mission, but instead, I just got cussed out by my superiors later in a cutscene at the agency, and that means you and your friend are going to have a different experience, which is dope and it provides replayability. Play your way. Something I thought wasn't possible at the Human Revolution because that was more of a stealth game, but not in Mankind Divided. I mean, don't get me wrong, this game definitely still favors the more quiet approach, but once you get a few upgrades, popping off on the ops is a very viable option. You just gotta remember to play hide and seek in the vent when things get a little too hot. No more evident is my claims in the new upgrade menu. It's actually overwhelming the number of upgrades you can acquire. New things too, such as a speed dash, an energy blast, remote hacking, slowing down time, super armor, and more to complement the traditional upgrades such as weapons, hacking, and energy management. Exploration is the name of the game, and because of that, it's easy to get lost in the world. I swear I spent a good hour hacking all my neighbors in my apartment complex, breaking into their homes and stealing their goods and learning their secrets. The sewers below the cities are full of adventures, and upgrading your jumping will help you find paths you didn't know existed. The game is all about finding the path of least resistance. That involves climbing in vents, punching weak structures, hacking various electronics to find things that you didn't know was there, or to just hide when the enemy's all on your ass. Challenge. Are you looking for one? If the answer is yes, then Mankind Divided is right up your alley. You're gonna have plenty of times where you want to throw your controller, and that's because this game can go 0 to 100 real quick if you don't observe your environment, learn people's patterns, and know when to fight and when to let it go. Especially late game when you start encountering more armored enemies who you can't just headshot with a silenced pistol. You gotta cut cameras off, turn the turrets against the enemies, EMP their Gundams, because the enemy will swarm you with the quickness, which forces you to turn that brain on and get creative. Not to mention, you can finish this entire game without killing a single person and earning an achievement for all you true tryhards out there. Badass is the way the game will make you feel. Like I mentioned earlier, you have a wide variety of abilities, but what I forgot to mention is you also have a large arsenal as well. There's pistols, submachine guns, assault rifles, sniper rifles, battle rifles, shotguns, plus various grenades. The best part of it all is each gun has different ammo that you can find for it. It's nothing like being pinned down by a turret, shooting it with some EMP bullets, going invisible, taking down an enemy guard, and then just walking right past the turret that you shut down. Jensen is like Batman meets Cyborg from the Teen Titans, and it's dope, but not all is well in the land of Mankind Divided. Now let's talk negative. Long loading screens. This game has long loading screens, and I mean like really long loading screens. Audio issues were prevalent. I'd say 90% of the time I had no issues, but I did encounter some cutscenes where the audio would just cut off. So thank God that I did have the subtitles on. The mouse sync on the characters is terrible, and for some reason the audio in in-game cutscenes were loud, but the CG cutscenes, they were low and they were hard to hear. I didn't understand what was going on there. Pacing was a bit off in the story. It wasn't until about the halfway point of the game that Deus Ex establishes a definitive villain. Even still, I wasn't completely sure that he was until towards the end. Instead, the game opts to have a bunch of things going on at once, which might confuse some people. It's because they're trying to set up another game, honestly. The ending was disappointing. They could have established more closure. The story was getting so good, but then it takes a submarine dive at the end because the game ends on a cliffhanger that sets up an obvious sequel. I couldn't help but go, The optimization leaves something to be desired. I'm not sure how it runs on console, but on PC, it's not the best optimized. I had problems running it when I was and wasn't streaming. The game is very CPU heavy, so when I did stream it, the frame rate would almost lock up on me at moments. You need a beast PC to run this thing. I got a Titan X and Core i7 6700K, and I couldn't max out the graphics. They need to spend more time making sure their games run correctly. Final thoughts. So here's a quick recap for all you slow people out there that's only been half paying attention. On the positive side of things, Deus Ex Mankind Divided has an interesting world. The plot is engaging for the most part. It has conversation trees. You can play your way. There's tons of cool abilities and upgrades. It's a fun challenge, and it has replayability. On the negative side of things, there are long loading screens. It has some audio issues. The pacing's a bit off in the story. It ends on a cliffhanger, and there's some optimization issues, at least on the PC version of the game. Look, I'm not sure where it ranked, but I'm confident in saying that Deus Ex Mankind Divided will end up somewhere on my top 10 games of 2016. I had more technical issues with the game than issues with the gameplay itself, and I'm sure that has more to do with the fact that I was playing on PC. But that didn't take away from the fact that Mankind Divided is a solid game from Square Enix that you shouldn't skip if you're into stealth action games. I paid full price for it, and I'm satisfied with my purchase. This is a gamer's game, and those are my thoughts on Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Feel free to share yours in the comment section below. And when you're finished, make sure to subscribe to my second channel at youtube.com/GIUpdates. We post daily content such as rants, mobile reviews, news. We got a sports podcast, an anime podcast. We do trailer analysis and more. That's youtube.com/GIUpdates for daily content. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, but my village needs me.
Hey guys, hopefully you found my thoughts on Deus Ex Mankind Divided informative. If you did, please remember to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Those 4 elements help a brother's channel grow, and when you don't hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share this video, you're pretty much cock blocking me, and nobody likes a cock blocker.